Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm here today to bring you another tutorial on one of my compact mirrors. The one that I'm going to do today is going to have more of a Victorian style appearance to it. I'm going to go ahead and move right along so that I can make this a slightly shorter video than some of my recent ones have been. So let's just try and get right to it here. These are the items that I'm going to be using. This is a compact mirror that I purchased at Michael's, and you can buy these fairly inexpensively at Michael's in their bins up towards the counter. I'm going to use this piece of heart applique, lace applique. I'm going to be using these embroidered flowers that were taken off of a curtain, cut off. So as you guys will see in most of my videos, I tend to repurpose a lot of items. And then this is the bling that I will be using on this compact. I'm going to be using this gorgeous Cameo here, this butterfly, this little floral piece, and this really blingy rhinestone piece. Now all of these items here I received from Debbie Cottrell at Kiki's sale. She sells the most beautiful pieces, and I get a lot of my bling and lace from her. I got this applique from her store as well. She's got a little Facebook store on Facebook, and I will make sure to include that link in the drop-down menu so that you all have the opportunity to visit her shop. And if you're interested in any of her items, then they'll be right there for you to purchase if you're interested. And trust me, she's got very reasonable prices. So I would suggest that you at least take a look over there, see what she's got. She's always adding new things. She may not have exactly these items in her store, but she tries to add things on a daily basis as she gets them in. So you have to kind of keep an eye out every day so that you know what's come in and what's going on in her shop. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Another product that I'm going to be using for this is E6000. This is my glue of choice when I'm using an adhesive to glue anything to metal or glass or anything like that. Hot glue, excuse me, hot glue would not be my suggestion, because it will stick temporarily and eventually the hot glue will come off. The other thing that I'm going to be adding to this is some rhinestone chain. I'm going to be using this. This is something that I get on Amazon. These are 4mm rhinestones, and I will also include that link down in the description menu below for you in case you're interested in purchasing some of that on Amazon. This is no way a plug for Amazon. I'm just saying that that's where I get mine. There's lots of places you can buy that rhinestone chain, and Amazon is just one of them. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to try and stay in focus. The first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to run a bead of this E6000 around the outside of this compact, because that's where I'm going to add the rhinestone chain. There is a lip on these compact mirrors where you can add your rhinestones, and so it makes it really convenient. You have to be careful. You don't want to glue the compact shut, but even if you get a tiny amount of glue on the opening area, it will be possible to open it up and remove that glue. So don't panic if that happens, because it has happened to me a time or two where I've just gotten a little too much glue around the outside and it's kind of stuck the closure piece, but I'm always able to open it back up. So Okay, so we're gonna take some of this rhinestone chain now, and we're just gonna, I'm not cutting it off until I get to the point where I am ready to cut it. And I'm gonna look for my clippers real quick so that I'm not searching for them when the time comes. Okay, so we're just gonna take these, we're gonna make sure the rhinestones are facing upwards. Always face them upwards on any compact mirror that you do. I do the same thing on my my tins, my altered tins when I do those, and my little business card holders, anything like that that I do rhinestones on. I always have them facing up on my projects because I feel like, you know, the part that you're really looking at is the top, because that's where all of the bling and the images, if there are images on a piece, you know, that's where you put all that stuff. So you want these rhinestones to enhance those items. So now on a lot of my compact mirrors, I remove these rhinestones that are on the top. This one I'm not going to do that because because what I do a lot of times is I add my own glitters and things like that. This one is not going to be a glittery piece. I want it to stay more true to the compact, and I want it to have a Victorian look, so I'm just doing it using the rhinestones that are already on here. And if you can see this, these are just kind of a gold color. This is kind of one of my favorite ones to pick out because it's the most neutral. They have some that have clear rhinestones, which I like those too. And they carry ones with pearls and things like that on them too. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this heart on. This is going to go as sort of our base, and some of those rhinestones will just sort of show through. And so I'm going to take my E6000. Occasionally I would take a little squeeze of hot glue to kind of stick this down immediately, but this really isn't going to go anywhere once I put it on. So it's not going to be a problem. So, okay, I've got the lace ready to go. I'm just going to lay that on the top. And I have, when you're working with lace or appliques, make sure you're paying attention to which side you've got facing up. I've got the right side facing up. It's usually shinier than the bottom side. Sometimes you can barely tell, and it probably wouldn't make a huge difference. So that's what it looks like just with the piece of lace on it, not much. And it's covered a lot of those rhinestones, as you can see. The next thing I'm going to do, and you can see that I'm easily working with this, even though I just glued those rhinestones on around the edges, they're not going anywhere because that E6000, you don't really want to work with it too quickly when you put it on, but you can work with it fairly quickly. I'll put it that way. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I want this to look here. I'm just sort of setting this up, getting it ready. Always give yourself some time to kind of set it up the way you think you want it to look, because once you start gluing things on, it's not easy to take it back. So I've got the Cameo in the middle, lots of bling around it, and I think I'm going to put this butterfly here and this little floral blingy piece over here. No, take that back. I'm going to put the butterfly here and this little floral blingy piece down here at the bottom. And that's really all I'm going to do with this compact. So I'm just going to remove these, put them all aside. That one got stuck. And start gluing them on. So the first thing that I want to do is glue on this Cameo, and I'm just going to put a reasonable amount of E6000 sort of around to the outside and the middle. And I'm going to put that Cameo in the center. I want it centered on the compact. And then I'm going to take these little floral pieces and I want to get these glued underneath, and while that Cameo is still movable, I'm going to place those where I know I wanted them to be, because I have to sort of lift the Cameo and put them underneath it. So we're going to do that now. Okay, I've got those on. This is going to be so quick and easy, you guys are just not going to believe it. I'm almost done with this whole compact already. So this is going to be a relatively short video. And this is, I have people all the time asking me, I make a lot of crafts. I mean, I am crafting pretty much every day of my life. I have an Etsy store, and so I do sell everything that I make in my Etsy shop. And so in order to keep that stocked up, I have to make sure that I'm constantly working on new projects and adding things to my store. We're going to put this butterfly right here at the bottom. So anyway, I work constantly, and sometimes into the wee hours of the morning. If I can't sleep, if I have a sleepless night, I just go ahead and sit up and work for a while. I might as well get something done if I'm going to be awake, I figure. So that's how I get so much done. That's how I do so many things. And I'm a crazy crafter. I craft all kinds of different things. I don't, I'm not always doing the same kinds of crafts because I like to switch it up all the time. So that's how I get so many things done. I'm just constantly working, constantly trying to come up with new ideas. I do have some little things that I'm working on right now that I should show you guys, because my friend brought me some goodies. And what she brought me, I'm just doing this for a minute while that stuff sort of dries a little bit on there, so I'm just taking a minute. What she brought me is super cool. She got them from a little store near her home, and these are glass blocks, and they're about the size, I would say about the size of dominoes, but they also have an iridescent look to them. And so, let me turn that one over. So anyways, they're kind of iridescent with the exception of the clear one. There's a couple clear ones in the packages too. But anyway, so I was trying to come up with something new that I could do with those, because it was something I hadn't had before. And so this is what I've been working on with those. This is I haven't decided what it's going to be when it grows up totally, but the main part of it is done. And I added rhinestones and this pretty mermaid centerpiece, which is something she also brought to me. And then I made a dangle charm for the bottom. It's got a glue-on bales on the back. And so now I just need to decide what it's going to be. Same with this one. This is one of the clear blocks, and I used one of my dried flower resin pieces and put that on the front, and then it's got rhinestones and a dangle charm and a little teacup charm on it. So these are turning out really, really pretty. I've got some other ones just to show you really quick. These are some that I'm working on that have some of my dried flower resin pieces in. And they're coming out really pretty. I just have to decide what I want to do with them from here. So those are kind of what I've been working on. Let me see, I have just a couple more of them that I'll show you, and then I'll stop. So here's 4 more Aren't they great? I just love them. And I got so excited when she handed me the package and showed those to me that I couldn't wait to start working on them. And I had these little resin pieces already made, so it made it easy for me to get started on it right away. Okay, so this is our compact mirror. Let's see, I want to get this straight in the camera. So this is how it came out. It's really gorgeous. And again, I got most of this bling from, actually all of the bling came from Kiki's sale on Facebook, and that's KIKI' sale. And the administrator of that site is Debbie Cottrell, and she sells the most beautiful laces and blings and things like that. And one of the things, gosh, if I can find it really quick, one of the things that I made, I'm getting it really fast, you guys. One of the things that I made, I recently made some things out of wine corks. Oh gosh. And I'm going to show these to you guys because this is going to be my next video, what I'm going to do my next video on. But one of the things that I wanted to show you, maybe I didn't use it on one of the, oh yes I did, I used it on this one. Okay, so these are wine corks that I've had a box of these things just sitting around, and I Mod Podged a paper napkin, or I painted it white, Mod Podged a paper napkin around it, used some trim that I got from Kiki's sale, again, and most of these little pieces here are from her store too, but the one thing that I wanted to show you that was from her store, if I can get it so you can see it real well, is this little bumblebee. OMG, you guys, it's so cute. And she had a bunch of these for sale, and I think maybe she's gonna get some more of these. If not, I think she's gonna get them in a different style, but they are adorable. And so that's one of the things I can't wait. She did say she was getting some more bees, but I'm not quite sure what style they're going to be. But I just loved them, and so I wanted to show you guys that. But I'm going to real quick go through these. This is another one that I made. And these are great for, this one's got this pink rose, paper rose, and it's got some acrylic roses. And again, it is Mod Podged underneath, but this one has a lot of lace and other stuff on it. And then I made these dangle charms. Actually, no, I did not make these dangle charms. A friend of mine made these dangle charms, and she put them on the outside of a gift she gave to me. So I just reused them on this wine cork purse charm. So these are actually purse charms. They've got the lobster clasps. And I want to show you guys these because I want to know, do you think this is something you'd like to see a tutorial on? Because they're super fun to make, not that difficult, and I think most of you would definitely enjoy a tutorial on these or learning how to make them. And a lot of people, a lot of times what you can do is go to thrift stores and you can get those wine corks, a whole bag of them really inexpensively. And they're so fun to play with. That's what happened with me. My sister, my sweet sister, was out thrifting one day, and she found a bag of wine corks, and so she picked them up for me and brought them so that I could craft with them. Okay, here's another one. This one has, this is actually an applique butterfly that's on the front, but it's sort of wrapped around it, so you can't really tell that well that it's a butterfly, but it's wrapped in lace. Has another really pretty dangle charm with one of these rose beads that I got from BB Craft. Super duper pretty. These make good bridesmaids gifts, or gifts for the bride. This one in particular, because this one is like super special. So this is another one that I made. Again, this is a wine cork, and I just dressed it up with lots of lace. This is an acrylic flower here, and then it's got some bling in there too, and the back has this flower on it, and then it's got, I made this little dangle out of some dangly lace that I have. So I think this one came out super duper pretty. What do you think? Anyway, that's all I have to show you guys. Now, this is the compact mirror that we just finished. Super duper beautiful. This is one of my, I think one of my nicest ones. I say that all the time. Each one I like different than the last one. So I do have a few of these in my shop, not this exact style, but I wanted to use one of my Cameos. And I've got several other Cameos that I think I'm going to be doing some other compacts with too. So I've got the other Cameos that I'm sitting on and waiting to use. Also came from Debbie at Kiki Sale, and she makes these herself actually out of resin. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh my goodness. And so she sent me a bunch of these. These are what they look like when she sends them to me. And then I put them into my bezels. I've got these bezels here, and I just pop those in like that. And I have these gorgeous, gorgeous Cameos. This one she sent me with the rhinestones around the outside of it, but that's what they look like. Fairies, butterflies, roses, super pretty. And I am in love with Cameos. So she's going to have those in her store as well. I think she's planning on making some. And I know she's also planning on, this one is not one that she made. She bought this one. She had some in her last sale. But I think she's planning on getting some more. Maybe not exactly this style, but trust me, they will be equally as gorgeous. So anyway, you guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I greatly appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I'm so glad to bring you these tutorials. And remember, if there's something that you want to see me do that I haven't done yet, or that even if you're not sure that I know how to do it, let me know, and maybe it's something I can come up with a video on, because I can pretty much do anything crafty, and I like to try new things. So that's kind of my thing. So let me know if there's something that you'd like to see me do. And keep in mind, I am almost to 1,800 subscribers. I'm almost there. And we're going to, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'll be doing a video tutorial on something, and that will end up being my giveaway piece. But we'll wait until we get closer to that 2,000 mark before I start talking too much about the giveaway. And make sure to like and subscribe my videos, or subscribe. Like and share my videos, so that you can have your friends watch them if you think it's something they might enjoy seeing a tutorial on as well. So again, thanks y'all. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I greatly appreciate you stopping in and subscribing to my channel. I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully we can all grow the channel together. Thanks so much, and have a very blessed day. Take care, y'all. Bye.